Hello, it's Caroline at For the Love of Crochet, and today I have a little bit of a Sunday crochet chat for you. I'm really excited to share some blankets I've been working on. So if you are new here, thank you for popping in. I'm working on two blankets. One is a granny square patchwork blanket that I really want to make for my daughter because I've made blankets for each one of my children except her. And she has a wild color coordinating style, but her favorite colors are red and black, and so I will be incorporating lots of those colors as well as some mixed colors. I've also been working on the hexadaisycal by Me Mom Makes Designs. That is a cal that's running right now till the end of September, and which is plenty of time to do these hexadaisies that I will show you. And then I'm also working on this cal, which was in July. So, you know what? And I got some amigurumi. So let's roll. Okay, so since I'm wearing this is the Vesuvius top by Nomad Stitches. And I had a lot of trouble on it's not that I have a lot, okay, it's reading patterns, right? You're trying to understand what the designer is conveying in words, and so sometimes what I think I'm supposed to do is probably not what I'm supposed to do, and then I get hung up and I don't want to finish it because I'm like, well, I don't know what to do. Well, I just asked her, emailed her, gave her a detail of where I was, and I was able to finish This was not the sleeve that I was working on. It's the neck shaping. So the back is worked, and you create this very lovely design, and then you can look. She's an awesome designer, but there was a learning curve for me because I have never done one of her patterns before, and this is a pattern repeat, so you can kind of see how many different each row is, which is actually very helpful because when it's the same stitch, sometimes I forget, like, did I do this, did I not do this? But when the stitch changes, I can kind of really easily know where I am. So I do like that. I'm gonna stand up. So just an FYI, I probably did the wrong size because I'm a medium usually, but I've been growing this year. I've been growing into my large, so I didn't want it to be tight, so I went up a size, so I went to the large. But being that this is a t-shirt style and very loose, I probably should have went with the medium anyways. But so this is a large and it's fitting me a little big. Also, this isn't done. I'm not done. I still have to do the neck shaping, which is going to pull this in a lot more, and some details on the sleeves and some details on the edgings, the bottom. So kind of wrinkled because I had it shoved in a bag, but you can kind of tell that it's just a little too baggy. But I'm gonna do a split. Still working on the split down here, but I do love it. I do love the color. I like a lot about it. I would want to make it again. It's just a lot of work. But again, I was learning as I was going. So I'm gonna do a little change because this is a little revealing. Okay, now I feel a little more comfortable. The next thing, the blanket. I'm going to go with the blanket let's go with the amigurumi. Alright, so for the first amigurumi I made from the Pica book. It's the Pica number 3 book. I had such a wonderful time making this little guy that I decided to hook up another one. Mouse, that is. So this is the book. This is the mouse from the Pica book, and I am not particularly fond of the colors I used, but I was using a very thick weight number 4 yarn from Yarn ID, Yarn ID from Hobby Lobby, the Cafe Latte or something like that. that yarn does not have a lot of yardage either, but it's so soft and it is on the thicker side and it's a little on the squishy. So it's 80% acrylic and 20% polyamide, which is probably why the softness. But I did not have very many colors in thin weight yarns except for my SyleraftSpecialdk, which I'm using for my hexadaisycal. So I use that. And if you're new here, I'm trying to incorporate green into my projects this month because it is my mother's birthday month and that was her favorite color. But I really like the mouse, not as much as my Noel the Christmas mouse, which is a free pattern, and I will try to link it down below, but I did link it in my other video that I showcased it in. So this is so cute though, and I made a mistake of not changing the color for the tail, but it wasn't until after I had already stitched it on that I was like, ah, I should have made it pink or white or a different color, but oh well, it's done. So there she is. This is my Christmas mouse. This is my Pica mouse. Really loved the cape design. I really liked hooking that up. It has a lovely detail at the top here, a little ruffled edge, and it was so easy to make. And then I need to put maybe a little button here, but this is her little dress. So this is the pistachio color, not very complimentary to her brown, but I was trying to use green. But I think my mother would approve. She probably would have approved with pink, but I was a little, pink kind of clashed with this green and the other greens were just too blue. So there we go, that is the Pica mouse. Okay. Now for the next one. I made a pattern from this book. So I've been hooking up squirrels for my niece. She's a very big fan of squirrels. There was a squirrel in here, so I decided to make it. Not a flying squirrel, but today he is. This is so cute. Same color of yarn of the Yarn ID Coffee Latte. I don't know how you say it, but not a lot of yardage. Almost finished it with these two pieces, these two projects. So this is the squirrel, and this yarn here is the one that I used for my strawberry shortcake bunny. If you missed that, I will link it down below. And I made it with this yarn, which has pops of green. So I put the little pops of green in each row for my mom. And there's her tail. The yarn did a really nice job of doing a gradient. So very cool. And for this part, I broke up the yarn into the little colors that they were and did this row, this row, this row, this row, and it really gave that gradient effect as well. So here is the squirrel. So cute. So easy. Again, with this book, it is such a well-written pattern. They are such well-written patterns. And there he is. Okay, so there you go. That is my next one. Great book, by the way. Okay, so I've been working on the hexadaisycal, and right there is my hexadaisy stack. Hexadaisy pancake stack. I have finished all the half hexies in each color. Well, I only needed for a few of them. Where there's clips there. So beautiful. It's time to put it together. This is, I believe, like a spring green in Stylecraft. All of this is in SyleraftSpecialdk. The yarn came from Ophelia Talks, the summer limited edition pack of yarn. It was so cheap too, and I got it fast. Just an FYI. So this is I think it's called spring green, and then this one is pistachio. I don't know what this one is called, but it's very beautiful blue, very light. And then this one is a little shade, just a shade darker blue. This is my signature color, teal turquoise, but it's called teal. And this one had a weird name. I want to say something like indigo. I can list them down below, but this is beautiful blue. And then that's spring green, and this one are coming to be my favorite colors. I forgot what it's called. This is so beautiful. That is my favorite. And we have this color, very bright peachy orange color. And then here we have like a, what someone would call maybe pumpkin spice, but I don't know what color the name is. Like I said, I will list them down below. And then this Barbie pink. This will knock you out pink. And then this beautiful red. This one is called lipstick, I believe. Lipstick. This is so rich and my favorite red. So pretty. And then we have this color, which is grape. So I have finished everything, and now it is time to assemble them. I'm ready. Actually, I'm not ready because I really love making these hexadaisies. I think I shall. If you join the Facebook group for Me Mom Makes Designs, there are some people who have come up with such fantastic ways to use this pattern and change the colors in different ways. Some of them are just changing the color in the center, and everything else is like the same color, very neutral colors. It was really pretty. Someone did it in all lavenders, different shades of purples, very light. It's just so beautiful to see everyone's work. So if you're interested at all, you have plenty of time to finish these. Not that you need to finish, but she does hold giveaways, so that's another incentive. Okay, now before I move on to my next blanket, this was on top, so I'm going to share this. Craftably Ever After and I hold a Hooking Up with Books Crochetalong, where you can join in sort of like a crochet book club. So if you enjoy reading a good book and getting inspiration of something to crochet, it's or even just see what we've made. Maybe we've read the books that you've already read. Some of them, almost all of them we have read, have had a movie attached to them. So you don't even need to read. But this is the book we are working on, which is called The Boy, the Mole, the Fox, and the Horse by Charlie Mackesy. And oh my goodness, I just read it all last night, and all of these characters are beautiful, and I don't have enough to crochet them all, but I would love to make each of these characters and give them to like a school or a librarian or my local library. Oh, it's just so beautiful. Or as a baby gift. It's so good. This, in fact, let me just show you this. I mean, each page is filled with so much wisdom and encouragement and just beautiful words of life. So this one says, "I'm so small," said the mole. "Yes," said the boy, "but you make a huge difference." So I'm going to make the mole. And so I was looking through all my crochet books, all my amigurumi books, to see if I can find a mole pattern. If you have a mole pattern that you could recommend, please send it my way. But for right now, I have my eye on this one, which comes from, let me give you more details about this real quick. We reveal on September 15th. So you have now until September 15th to read the book, or you don't even need to read the book because obviously you know all the characters here. And it is a movie. I haven't found the movie. I haven't looked it up, but there is a movie. It won an Academy Award. So we're going to reveal on September 15th. But I need mine. If you're going to participate and you'd like me to show everybody what you made, what inspired you, and then just a few words on why you picked that pattern and what that pattern is, I would love to share it, because we do all enjoy reading the books and then sharing what we have crocheted based on it. So please do share with me. My email is listed down below. Okay. So those are the details. Let's show you what I'm thinking of if I don't find another pattern. Comes from Cute Crochet Woodland Creatures, and there's like these, they have these characters and then the clothing. Now, this one is dressed up kind of like a girl, you know, with all that pink, and you can see his big feet, his big body. And so I kind of want to do this one just because it's a pattern I have. But if you have another recommendation, I really want to make a mole because it's not something people usually make. And he just had lots of wisdom for the boy, and he enjoys his cake. So that is what I'm thinking of making. We'll see if it turns out, because I haven't even started. I'm going to show you a couple pictures of some granny squares that I've been hooking up for my daughter. I've made blankets for each one of my sons. I have 3 sons and 1 daughter, and she's the youngest, and I have not made a blanket for her. And so I decided to make a granny square patchwork blanket using all these wild yarns that she picks for me. So when I go yarn shopping, she will always pick this out and say, can you make me some gloves? Can you make me a hat? Can you do that? So she really loves these wild colors. And then this one as well. However, I'm including black and white for some neutrals, but this is dark gray actually. And she really loves the color black and red. So this is my color palette, including red, which isn't in here. This red. So here is the first square, which I was gonna call the blanket Wild at Heart because she is. So here's the first one. I got this off the Moogly blog. It's a design for a washcloth or dishcloth or something, but I decided to use it to make a top, and now it's turning into a blanket for her. I really hate turning these hearts into granny squares is not my favorite. It takes me about an hour to do that, following the tutorial, because each stitch is different and you have to cut your yarn. So you do this corner, then cut your yarn, do this corner and cut your yarn, and then you do the middle and cut your yarn, then you do all of this to connect. So it's a long process, and I've made 3, and I don't think I want to make more. I think 3 is gonna be it. Okay, so here is the first square, which is a half solid granny square and half regular granny square. Okay, and some of these you have seen before. This is one of my favorites, whereas the white, the gray, then the black and white, then the colored, then the gray. And then this is a new one that I hooked up with the red yarn, that red and black. It does change color here into the darker reds. So that is a new one I hooked up. And then this one I really love too. This is a moon square by the Knotting Hook Crochet. She has a lot of granny square patterns, but the moon, and she has a moon and a star. And then I've done this star, which comes from Crochet Object and Knitting. I used her star pattern because it's actually a starfish. This is supposed to be a starfish, but it's my star. And then here is a new one I hooked up. That's backwards. Okay, it's by Bag a Day. Now you really can't see the design it's supposed to do, but this was actually really hard, and you need a non-handled crochet hook, one that doesn't have a handle, so maybe like a solid wood or a solid metal one, because you have to go through 3, 6, 9. You have to go through 9 it's really hard. Yeah, you have to handle it just right, but I was able to do it, so that's cool. So that's a new one by Bag a Day Crochet. And then this one is the star pattern, but I don't really like, but she will. And that's the most important part, is she will like it. And then I did this one, which has all separated by the white. And I feel like this blanket needs more white. And I love this one as well. And then I'm not a fan of this one because I feel like there's too many stitches on the edge. It's supposed to be a heart center. This is a new one I hooked up again, but you cannot see the design because of the yarn choice. It's actually very textured center, and it was a great tutorial. I can't remember the name, but I will try to link it down below. I'll link all of them down below. And then here's another one favorite. So I really like these ones. All the color, trying to use all the colors. This is every single color I'm trying to use in her palette, except for the red one. Darn it, I didn't get it. See, and then this one's missing the black and white one. Those ones are cool too. Okay, so I have 2 more of these red hearts, but maybe I'll turn it, I don't know. I think I'll just sew it on because I don't want to make another square. So here's my little granny stack of squares for her blanket. I really enjoy making this. This is one of my favorite things to make because I can definitely hook up 2 or 3 of these a night, but because I'm hooking up so many different things, I don't get to make very many. It was recently Granny Square Day, and I don't know if you saw this video, but I made a Granny Square type of outfit. I yarn bombed my hat and yarn bombed my shoes, and I want to make, because Craftably Ever After, my crochet bestie, she made the fanny pack. And at first I was like, well, I could make that, but I had a plan for my Granny Square Day. And so now that she made it and she showed her straps, the things she bought, I'm like, I have to make one to go with my outfit. So here's my outfit, and I really love it. I really love it. And so I'm making a Granny Square fanny bag. But I bought some straps. Okay, so here is one of them. I really like the black and white one, and so this will go with my shoes and my hat because it has black and gray and white and then pops of color in there. So that is one. They were also like $6 to $9. This one was $12, but oh my gosh, do I love that design. I love all these wild colors and then this black and white checkers on the end. Such beautiful. So I had to have this one, and it was $12. And then here's another one that I thought would go very well with my jeans, which I wear a lot. So this is mainly a dark blue with pops of color of light blue, reds, spots of yellow, and very little bits of cream. So those were the 3 that I've picked up. But if you are new to my channel, I have also started sewing a strap and sewing a granny fanny bag. And so here is my strap. So they are very easy to make. So again, I went with colors that I normally or really like, which is jeans and this light color. Pops of green and peach. That's about it. Are my lines straight? No, but who cares? I am making my own granny fanny bag. It's not a granny. It's a sewing. So here is the strap, and here is my bag. I have it all hooked up, but I think I hooked it up wrong. So I want to consult the directions and make sure. So I stopped sewing because I'm like, I don't know if that's right. I don't want it to be backwards. But it will look like so. So this has a zipper, and then this is the zipper to go inside, and then the inside is the same as my pocket, which is that beautiful bee. So yeah, that is my granny fanny bag, and I made a strap for it, and I was like, oh my goodness, that is so easy to make. So I can make them in any color and any design to match anything. So I'm really excited about that. Okay, I also wanted to share one thing from you that I got at Dollar Tree. So I mentioned in my last crochet podcast, in my Granny Square podcast, how important it is to label your projects, especially blankets. And I don't mean just like with your logo, but if you're gifting it to your kids, like I'm gifting this for my daughter, I am going to cut out a piece of fabric. I'm going to write something in pencil and try to just thread it up. It doesn't matter if it's beautiful, as long as it's in red or black. Probably red, probably white fabric, so it can stand out against those dark granny squares. But I found this at the Dollar Tree, and so you just put your fabric in there and just use your needle and just thread it. It may take a while, but that is your heart and soul in that blanket, and you should put your name on it and the year you gave it at least. So definitely do that. And so this is one thing that I'm gonna do. And so also in my latest video, if you're new here, I am doing a fall collab, and you are welcome to join in and email us your pictures. And if you're a crochet podcaster, feel free to use the hashtag fallinlove, because my bestie, Craftably Ever After, KS Mom Crochets, we are hooking it up again, and we have invited a couple of other crochet newbies, Mima Makes Designs and Bonnie from Strawberry Bonnie Crochet. Marsha, Bonnie, myself, Cassandra, and Julie. We're gonna try and hook up something new for you in terms of fall in love. We want to fall in love with something new, whether that be a yarn you've never used. Maybe you are Aran weight girl. Maybe you should try fingering weight. Maybe try a washcloth, a new stitch in your washcloth. I'm gonna do something new, something different. Maybe it's been on your to-do list. This is your chance to fall in love with something new. Maybe it's a new designer. I feel like I'm always trying something new. I'm always trying to do something new, and incorporate different mediums in my crochet. I definitely need I need help in the color work, maybe. Anyway, I'm also going to get a color wheel. Like, I feel like that would be very beneficial in making blankets and also putting clothes together, like what colors go together, because I hardly ever go with the designs that are the color choices that are in the books, because I either don't have that yarn, or I don't want that color, or I want to incorporate green like I'm doing this month. So be on the lookout for, well, join on in. You know, now's the time that you can prepare. This will be held from September 1st through October 1st. And so you send us your pictures. You can Instagram Fall in Love, follow the hashtag Fall in Love. I will be sure, tag us, do whatever you like, and we would love to see your projects. So let's I'm so ready for fall. It is burning up here where I live in California. I'm in the middle of the state, in the valley. So in any direction I go, I can go to the beach, I can go to the mountains. I'm very close to so many things, but I'm in the valley. And so I'm ready for fall. It's hot here. Okay, so I thank you so much for joining in. I really love talking with you in the comments. I love all your suggestions, and if you have any suggestions for me, I love to hear from you. And yeah, so and if you like this video, be sure to hit that like, but it helps us. So I hope to share with you this Wednesday lots of things that I've gathered from my birthday from my son, my oldest son, and my daughter-in-law. They have gifted me some great things. So I'm going to do a crochet craft cart. crochet craft cart update, sort of like a Whip Wednesday. I hope to do that Wednesday, and I will share lots of things that I am so thrilled about and things that I'm working on, whips that I have not showed you here. So I will talk to you soon. Thank you so much. And also, I have a couple of sewing projects in the works as well, and so I will be trying to post those on Friday. But what do you think? Should I have a separate video for sewing, or should I incorporate it into one video? Can you let me know? I would appreciate it. Thank you so much.